Jimmy Leslie here, frets editor at Guitar Player Magazine. Sitting here with my man Jules Leyhe. We have a thing called Spirit Hustler with a record out. And inside the July issue with Jack White on the cover, here's a picture of us on page 81 where we give a lesson about how to play that song, Circlin the Sun. And so what's going on here is there's a couple parts to the lesson. The first thing starts with tunings. And from the acoustic perspective, I'm in an E tuning with no third. And Jules is in just open E tuning, just like the same one that Dwayne Allman would use. And so the only difference between what I've got going and what he's got going is the third string. So if you were just in standard tuning and you made an E chord, you would whole step, half step. So what he's done is just raise the fifth string and the fourth string up a step, and the third string up a half step. So he's got an E, right? And so I'm in the same exact thing, except for my third string, I tuned it all the way down to match exactly the fourth string, that same E. So mine is just a big power chord. It's just a big drone. And that's part of the whole appeal of it to me, is that you haven't committed to the third, and it's only a matter of what I play, whether it's going to sound major or minor. Minor? Major, right? And so that lick for Circlin the Sun is really just very major, and it's just going down the major scale from the 12th fret to the open string. But since these two strings are exactly the same, I play them both, and I generally use either these two fingers or these two fingers, 3 and 4, or 2 and 3, and you get kind of a 12-string like effect. And then when you do that within the course of the whole open tuning, so that's the basic of what's happening here. And then the only thing that makes this a little tricky is this little gliss, right? This little slide. And then he'll do it. Go ahead and show him what it sounds like just on the slide, Jules. So then together, 2, 3, 4. There you go. That's the magic of putting the broad brush of the open tune acoustic with the laser pointer of the electric with the slide. And the other thing that I mentioned in the lesson is just using the buddy system. You can't do it all yourself sometimes, and yeah, in the studio you could double track or whatever, but there's a real magic that happens when you find another player to complement your style, and that's what the essence of Spirit Hustler is. And then even from a guitar perspective, I had a guitar that just wasn't working for me, and I had another buddy named Paul Hayward, and he had a guitar that wasn't working for him, so we just swapped, and they were perfect. His guitar, which I now call Paul, this is a Taylor 816 Grand Symphony. So it's like their flagship Grand Auditorium, but just a little bit bigger. So I get this more symphonic sound out of it. And in the magazine, in that photo you can see in the video that's coming for Circlin the Sun, they've redone it. Andy Powers has given the V-class bracing treatment to the 816 Grand Symphony. And that's the one that's in the photo, and it's got the extra sound port here that kind of spreads the sound out even a little more. Whereas this one, it just has this big, chunky sound that I really love for this particular tune. So we'll just rock it out a little bit more. That's the essence of the lesson. I hope you dig the open tuning and the slide and Spirit Hustler. Check it out. The song Circlin the Sun. We'll play a little more, and we'll catch you at the next lesson. Okay? 1, 2, 3.